welcome back to the PWC channel for the long-awaited Week 7 recap. So it's finally happening today. And as always, we are going to go through every league, starting with the Typhlosion League. And so as you can see, that's the first very sad news is that there's actually not that much to recap in the Typhlosion League because actually more than 50% of the matches have not happened yet, so let's go through it. So we have Cadillacs, who is the replacement for Nico against Karakasa. So these two guys haven't played yet, which makes sense. First of all, Cadillacs, I should say, is the replacement, so he's still got to settle into the league, and Karakasa is out of playoffs. Also, Cadillacs doesn't have any playoffs chances anymore himself, so yeah, that is probably the reason. I don't know if this match will still happen. It's definitely not playing any role for the playoffs race anymore. So yeah, we shall see. I don't know if it will or not. Then we got myself against Zayed and the Montreal Maractus. So I've been on holiday, on vacation last week. So yeah, we did not. This is gonna happen for sure. We are already scheduled to do it. So yeah, this will happen soon. Then for some reason Moonlight against Girahim has not happened. I don't know. It's probably on Moonlight, I would assume, because Moonlight tends to be a little bit busy. We shall see. Probably gonna happen if I had to guess still, because Girahim is on such a nice run. I think Girahim can still win the regular season even, if I'm correct. I'm not sure. And then we got Tylenol against Mayo. I'm not sure what's up with that one. That's pretty sure that's still gonna happen. I think Tylenol has been inactive for a bit. Maybe he's also busy, I don't know. But yeah, with that out of the way, we have the first match that actually did happen, and that's the last unbeaten coach of the league. So we are not throughout all the leagues and all the divisions. We are not going to have an unbeaten coach this season as Infinite and the Chicago Chandeliers have taken their first loss against Prof, who's having an amazing season with the Begone fought Cricketot 1-0, very close match, and I'm definitely gonna watch that one because I did not get to watch it when it happened. So yeah, let's see here. Alright, we got the fearsome Seismitoad for Infinite here, and Prof with the ever annoying Mienshao. Yeah, so Prof has a lot of... Oh wow, he gets his... Oh, he actually ran heavy duty boots on Moltres. That's almost sensational for Prof. He really, he really tends to not run heavy duty boots on mons like that, but he did in this match. Alright, and then he got confused by the Hurricane, says he's not surprised. And yeah, I don't know, there was some prediction going on there. Did not go Infinite's way, so he loses the Seismitoad early, but at least he got rid of the heavy duty boots on Moltres. So if this is not Rapid Spin, then it's gonna be trouble, but it's probably gonna be, yeah, it's Rapid Spin. Alright, so yeah, he does not need those heavy duty boots anymore. That's good for Prof, I guess. Oh, and he gets burned with these elements. Alright, you can definitely tell even early that this is not going in a pretty direction for Infinite here. He says, damn, burn too. I mean, yeah, that's just kind of what happens with Flame Body, right? Alright, he gets predicted as well on the switch into Virizion. Wow, Jesus Christ, this is all going Prof's way. Like, he's just steamrolling Infinite in this early phase of the match. Everything is going his way. Now he's got a burnt elements in front of him. That's not really that scary. Oh, it's actually special. All right. So yeah, I guess the burn wasn't the worst thing in the world, but it does have Dragon Claw, right? So it's mixed, right? Okay. Well, yeah, the Hurricane wouldn't have done. Oh, he stays in on Tapu Lele. Right. That's kind of just prof things, I guess. And now he switches. What? Okay. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, he doesn't have. I mean, just have Reuniclus. Why doesn't he just go into Reuniclus? Huh. Anyway, yeah, that's just the mystery of Prof. Sometimes you can't really predict what that guy's gonna do at any point in the match. So yeah. Right, back in comes the Salamence. Just gonna roost up. I mean, this Moltres is never just gonna do anything apart from just U-turn because there's a whole Heatran there. So I mean, guess it can Scorching Sands, I suppose. Well, yeah. Anyways, so in comes the Coco, in comes the Heatran. So yeah, Infinite is getting a little bit of momentum back in this match after the terrible early stage of this game. Oh, and now he predicts to roost, I guess, or is ready to sack the Heatran, or he's Sugarberry. I think he tends to like to run Sugarberry on this Heatran. Why does Prof not click Scorching Sands? That's interesting to me. And why did he not switch this thing, which is so bulky, into the Lele? Well, we will never know. So Infinite likes to run this gun tank, which has been huge for him to counter psychic types, which his team struggles a little bit with otherwise. But now he's ready to sack it by the looks of it. Or he was predicting some sort of double, because Prof likes to do those. That's actually true. Oh, and now Prof misses a Stone Edge, which is very annoying because that might potentially have knocked him out. But yeah, apparently these guys are just trying to sack their mons, but the opposing coach is not always taking the trade there. Wow, what a bulky Heatran. So this might be Assault Vest, honestly, if it's only taking this little damage. This is looking very Assault Vesty to me. Alright, and he misses a Focus Blast, very unlucky for Prof as well. That probably, I don't know if it actually would have killed, but there are some like 70-30% hacks in this match for sure. So that's annoying for either of them. Alright, click Scorching Sands, not enough. Jesus Christ. Burned Pokemon are so useless. Oh, he still preserves it for some reason. I guess as a sack, so yeah, that's always useful to have one of them. And now he's gonna sack it to the Reuniclus. Right, let's see what he goes into. Like, this Reuniclus seems like it's gonna be a lot of trouble. This is probably what will win Prof the end game here. Yeah, I don't really see how Infinite still beats this. So yeah, that's probably what happened there. So he's gonna go back into it, and yeah, what's he gonna do? He can't really do anything. So yeah, Sexy Lele. Salamence is burned. This thing, oh, it's Terra Bug. Alright, I guess this can still hurt it, but yeah, eventually it's probably just gonna get flame bodied itself. Let's see, maybe here? No, so that's actually good for Infinite, but yeah, he's just gonna, like, now it can just U-turn, or doesn't even have to. Can also just get a kill. But yeah, now he can sack the extra. Oh, he just goes directly into it. I would have probably sacked the extra just to be safe, but he decides to not do that. Like, what's the extra Cadrill still doing? Nothing. So yeah, that was, in my opinion, not the play right there, but he decided to do it like that. And actually, oh, it looks like he's gonna lose this Reuniclus. But yeah, now he can just go into Excadrill, click Earthquake, and then after that he will just win the game with the Coco. Unless this is scarfed, obviously. Does he know it's not scarfed? Because if he doesn't, if he does not know if it's scarfed, then this was a misplay. Unless he's scarfed himself. Let's see. So yeah, we know he won, so that was very close. I wonder if this was Scarf Coco, because if it was not Scarf Coco, then he might have lost this to a potential Scarf Virizion in the end there. I think with close combat, this could have been enough. Anyway, very close match, the first loss for Infinite. GG, congrats to Prof for the amazing season. Then we have the Flanders Flygons, aka Ronan Sting, the very bad player that we all know, against our reigning champion Galaria, who's at this point, it seems unlikely, honestly, that Galaria will make playoffs this season. So that's very unfortunate. But we shall see. Maybe he can still come back. I don't know which matches he's missing. So he's playing Zayed week 8, and then where is he? Where is he? Oh, still Moonlight. All right, I guess Moonlight and Zayed, two tough matches, obviously, since it's Typhlosion League. But if he wins both of them, he might still make it. We shall see. But yeah, Ronan Sting still continuing his up and down, hot and cold season, like wins and losses pretty much. Yeah, one from one week to the other. So yeah, probably still very balanced record, very solid chance at playoffs, I would guess. Then Tark has been on fire recently. He's beating Drew here 4-0, which is nice to see. Also nice to see Drew being active again, so that's good. But yeah, Tark 4-0. I think Tark has been on a little bit of a streak lately. So yeah, oh yeah, he won against Girahim even. Wow, very impressive. I wonder if Gil covered that last week. Yeah, very nice. Oh yeah, and before that he got the revenge for last season's grand finals against Galadea. So yeah, definitely Tark on a hot streak. Great to see. So Tark is probably gonna make playoffs himself. All right. So yeah, that is it for Typhlosion League. Unfortunately, that what was all we had to cover. I'm not sure how Drew is doing. I think Drew is also one of these guys with like a pretty balanced record. Let's look at the standings here. Where is Drew? All right, Drew 2 and 4. All right, I guess much like Galaria, pretty similar record. So yeah, these two guys, I guess they could still make playoffs, but they can't afford another loss. Definitely not, and they better win a little bit big. And then, yeah, we got a lot of guys. Zayed came back to a balanced record. Interesting. And yeah, these are the guys that are making playoffs right now. These three are definitely safe. I think Tark at this point is also going to make playoffs. I think this is also going to be enough because I would be very surprised if everyone made all their matches before the deadline runs out. So yeah, Ronan Sting is going to make playoffs. Tylenol hopefully will be back eventually. I think, yeah, after being unbeaten, he suffered two losses in a row, like I did, and hasn't played a match since. So I hope he can get his motivation back and still make some matches. That would be nice. But yeah, that is it for the Typhlosion League. So let's move over to the Dartrix League. Moving on, we have our Dartrix division, which for week 7 has had almost all matches played and not played at the same time, as you will see. So we've had a couple of forfeit wins. So first of all, Sailor V, the 7-bit Wingalds, have decided that the rest of the season, as they have no playoff chances anymore anyway, is too much trouble to do all these matches because they are quite busy. And yeah, obviously we accept that. And so that means that Yasha Indigo for this week will receive a free win. The same goes for Nikinator 13, who will also get a free O, funny enough, due to the forfeit of Joker Layton, aka Leader Layton, and whatever else. So yeah, Layton as well said he needs a break, which I can understand because he's been playing a lot for a long time, and he also seems to take losses quite. I don't know how to say it, personal, or tends to beat himself up over losses. So yeah, that's always a great sign that it might be time to take a break, and he's doing just that. So this means that Nick gets another win this week, which we will look at the standings later, might come in handy for him very much so if he still wants to make playoffs. Then for the first match we had Froggerman against Leonard, and that's a very interesting match in that Froggerman held his own in that match, very much so, which is very cool to see because Froggerman has been struggling a lot overall in the season, and Leonard has been one of the more dominant forces in the league. So yeah, that was a good, very, very strong showing by Froggerman, and I'm happy to see it. Whereas Leonard picks up another win and is right now just somewhere in the run in the mix for the top spot in the league after the regular season. So that's very interesting to see. And then we do have the match between Galactic Empire and the Prince Aldo. And Aldo pretty much steamrolled Galactic Empire here. Very, very nice win for Aldo. So Aldo last week lost to Yasha Iniko, but this week picks up the win over Galactic Empire, which is definitely not easy to do. And that puts him very much in the mix for the playoff spot. I think right now, as I said, we will look at the standings in a bit, but I think right now he is indeed sitting on such a playoff spot, and that's very nice to see. I would love for him to make playoffs because he's been a very nice addition to the league, and he seems to be a great sport, and yeah, all the things that we like, nice sets. And yeah, it's been a little bit hot and cold this season, but would love for him to have a happy end in this one. Same goes for Galactic Empire, by the way. He's quite busy, but also very nice addition to the league. Would love to keep him around if he can find the time and the motivation. That would be great. And yeah, can't wait to find out how the playoff race will end up going down. All right, and then we had the next match between our long-time unbeaten coach Gil against Kurupt, and Kurupt is on an absolute hot streak of narrow wins, and I love to see it. And especially this win over Gil is huge. So Gil has been, I think he's been 5-0 after 5 weeks. And yeah, as it often goes, he lost his first match last week against Leonard. Yeah, that's a tough match, obviously. Yeah, he lost that 2-0, very close. I remember that match, I think. That was a good one. And yeah, now he's taking another loss after that to Kurupt. And yeah, as I said, like Kurupt won 1-0 over Nick. Before that, he won 1-0 over Galactic Empire. And before that, he won 1-0 over Yasha Indigo. So yeah, 4 match win streak. Before that, he lost. But yeah, I love to see it. Kurupt definitely. I think he's clinched playoffs definitely now because he's got a really good record, like 5-2 or something crazy. With all these dramatic wins that he managed to get in the last couple of weeks. And yeah, that's just great, honestly. Let's watch it, honestly. I wanna see how this went down. Might be a little bit of a longer one, but yeah, we shall go through it. All right. Sil Valley Ghost, very interesting. Yeah, I guess that's something that the Cyclizar should be able to deal with somewhat well. All right. And then very nice scout by Kurab to bait out the Terra there. That's and he's got Sing Primarina. What the hell? All right, but the Celebi doesn't really care. And wow, Gil for some reason decides to switch his ground type Cyclizar into the water type and just gets sung at again. And yeah, the Celebi obviously doesn't really care because it can just switch out at any point and the sleep will be gone. But still very nice, especially the Hydro Pump on this annoying Regenerator mon on the switch in. Just got rid of the Terra Captain, which is always huge. Terra is just amazing. Alright, and Gil apparently was ready to sack the Celebi there, but yeah, his prediction does not pay off in the slightest. Yeah, what's he gonna do against this? He's not gonna be able to heal it up on this Escavalier. Never, yeah. He's just sacking it, honestly. Yeah, just looking at it, he didn't have a good switch in. Like, yeah, this Escavalier is looking hugely tough to deal with for Gil. Alright, he sacks the Ghost against this Crawdont. That's always a good idea. Crawdont just doesn't have switch-ins. And he is up right now, so he's apparently played that very well. Jesus Christ, it is so strong. Yeah, Gil had like a super hyper offensive team here. Uh, both these guys pretty much, yeah. Both these guys are just all offense. Wow, Flame Charge. Wow, that was a great match. Very cool sets, I must say. Oh, the Mark Punch is enough. That was very clutch. I think this might have been a sweep otherwise. Maybe this is banded. Who knows? Wow, that was a very close match. But yeah, the Escavalier seems tough to beat now for this because he can't lock himself into a electric type move if he's choiced in any way, because obviously there is a Volt Absorb Zeraora in the back, which Gil knows, and yeah, that means that Escavalier put through for Kurupt, which I've been loving Escavalier, the use of Escavalier by Kurupt. I thought it would be a pretty underwhelming signature, but it turned out to be quite the opposite. It's been very effective for him, and I love to see it. All right, great match, very close. Then we got the man of the hour. Like we've got two men of the hour, I would say. So one is Kurup with his huge win streak and the win over Gil, and then we got Panda of Redness. Like Panda of Redness has been demolishing the league. I think I wanna say he's on like a 5 or 6 match win streak by now. And this week he just defeated Smoliv Garden, the Scary Smoliv, which definitely I am a huge fan of Scary Smoliv. I think he's a very good player. Like the matches I've seen of him have been all very convincing, and yeah, that's a huge win 4-0 as well. So yeah, definitely Panda of Redness is shaping up to be a hot title contender, in my opinion at least, with this huge late season win streak. And then we got Jam. Not much to say there. He's just a juggernaut. Only one loss to Gil, and apart from that, it's not only been wins. It's been like body bags, like complete demolition jobs, week after week after week. And this week, unfortunately, we have our newcomer who took over for I don't even remember. probably Blackout EDC or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, it's Delphin Squared, our new guy hailing from Singapore. And yeah, just Jam gave him a very rough welcome to the league with this 5-0. But yeah, that's just par for the course, honestly, for Jam at this point. And yeah, I think at this point you gotta say Jam is the man to beat for this season, as he's been so dominant for the vast stretches of the season. Only lost to Guild, as I said. And yeah, so this gives us the following standings. All right, we got Jam, the only person who only has one loss. And look at this differential. That's crazy. I want to know what his average win differential was. It's absolutely insane. And then, wow, at this point, we got Panda of Redness is the number 2 of the league now. That's crazy. He's ahead of Leonard and Gil, who've all been so dominant for for most of the season. That's crazy. All right. Yeah, and then we got Kurap 5 and 2. He might still even be on par with the win-loss differential with these guys, but yeah, look at this differential. How can you be 5-2 and +1? That's crazy. That's due to his win streak with all these narrow wins. And yeah, that's just great, honestly. I think that's a great record. So yeah, if he loses his week 8, he's probably gonna be, yeah, he might be number 7 even then, which would be annoying because he would have to do one more playoff round. But if he wins, he's gonna be definitely skipping one playoff round, which would be cool. And yeah, behind that you can see there are some matches missing, the replacements, like Spooks is a replacement, Vikavolt is a replacement. Well, I guess, yeah, they can't really make playoffs anymore, I guess. Yeah, not really, but Spooks still can definitely. And even Nick, after his terrible season, like his season went terrible. You would have expected him to do very well because we all know he's a nice, very decent, solid player, and we expected him to do well. But yeah, the season really didn't go his way. But look at this. It's a 2 and 5, but only -1 differential, which is very good, all things considering. And he plays the Prince Aldo on week 8, and that means that if he wins by 2-0 or more, he would have the same record and the same differential or better than the Prince Aldo. And obviously, with the same differential, you would win the head-to-head and be placed above him. So yeah, that means at Leighton, we know, will in all likelihood be surpassed. Well, definitely will be surpassed by Nick if he wins because he will have a better differential with the same win-loss record. So yeah, that all I'm trying to say is Nick, just win 2-0 or more and you're definitely guaranteed to make playoffs, which is huge, which is amazing after how the season went for him. I guess even SMO, if he would win his last 2 matches that are still outstanding by a decent margin, could also still make playoffs. But I don't even know if he will find the time to make these matches happen. So yeah, we shall see about that. But yeah, that would just be hilarious to me if Nick, all he needs after this terrible season, it's week 8 and he just needs to win it. It's basically just the first round of playoffs for him. He needs to win it or he's out. And so yeah, Nick, that would be my favorite ending to the season. Just Nick making a miracle playoff run now and winning it all and getting revenge for his stupid Florges that got paralyzed in ETAs. So yeah, that would be nice. All right, that was it for our Dartrix League. And with that, we will move on to what we're really here for, which is Oshawott League, the greatest league in so many ways, I gotta say. So first of all, we got, look at these matches, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-0, 2-0, so all very close matches. And yeah, we will have a look at the standings later, but you can definitely, I can promise you that this is also reflected in the standings. So this is the most balanced league probably in PWC history, in all honesty. It's just crazy how great this season was, and I cannot wait to find out who will win this one. And I can't predict it at all, to be honest. So yeah, first match, we got the replacement. I think that's Attila's replacement, if I'm not wrong. And it is Barney 2005, and what a huge debut in the league he had. So he was facing off with Jactus, one of the more dominant forces of the league. I think Jactus was the number two, was the second place for most of the season. And yeah, just casually beating him 2-0 in his debut is Barney, and that's great because we know Barney, Brad and I, for quite some time. He's been in CPL back in the day, and he's been taking a break due to some personal reasons for some time, and now he's back in PWC, and we love to have him. And yeah, I can't wait. He's gonna be a great fit for Oshawott League, and maybe I think he's also now in the running still for playoffs, and that would be great if he could make it. But yeah, I'm gonna say that about everyone because I just love this entire league, and yeah, this is also a guy I love is Jactus, probably the most or one of the more creative players we have in PWC history. Like every match, pretty much, you're gonna have some crazy creative set. They won't always put in work, but sometimes they do, and it's definitely always entertaining. And yeah, this season has been going great overall, all things considered for Jactus. And I think he's pretty much guaranteed playoffs. There's probably some theoretical chance that he does not make it if he gets like 6-0 and the other matches end up going all the wrong ways for him. But yeah, that's very unlikely to happen. And then we have Harmony and the Wenceslao Wooper. Obviously, this game against Bespoke Foil has probably been played in like May or something crazy, because as we all know, Harmony went on a prolonged vacation after that. And yeah, Bespoke Foil, as I told you guys, the entire time I had Anubion and I had Bespoke Foil, and I did not know why are these guys not doing so hot, but I've always been expecting them to make a comeback, and yeah, right now it is the last week, and yeah, we have Bespoke Foil beating the front runner, and at this point we know that Harmony is guaranteed to win the regular season. So yeah, Bespoke Foil got a very nice win over the front runner, and that just goes to show you that this how balanced this league really is. And yeah, we shall see if Bespoke Foil can snatch one of those player spots with a nice week 8 win. And then we got another huge, one of the huge stars of the season, in my eyes at least. It is Shion or Shillon with his match against the Scepter Bird, where he just narrowly lost. But yeah, Shillon has been doing amazing. He's been like 5-2 before this match. I think he's now 5-3 or 4-3. I'm not even sure. It's like all these guys are so close. They are all 4-3 pretty much. So he's going to be 4-3, but he has a decent differential. So he's in a very good position, very solid position on week 8. Like, unless he gets slaughtered in week 8, I think he's going to make playoffs. And I would absolutely love to see it. Same goes for Scepterbird. We know Scepterbird already played his week 8 at the point of this recording, so I'm not going to spoil that if I can help it. But yeah, Scepterbird also is at 4-3 after week 7 and in a nice position to make playoffs at this point. And yeah, that's pretty much the case for the majority of the league. Then we got Blind Bandits, who's been pretty much the dark horse. He's not been very noticeable in the early stages of the season. But yeah, his late season run has been amazing, and week 7 is no different. Playing against Rich Crackers there with a 3-0 win, which is very nice. So Rich Crackers is another guy who's been hot and cold, like probably also at an even record at this point. And yeah, Blind Bandits managed to get the win, and I think he's one of the few guys that has clinched playoffs. I think that it's only two that are really secured playoffs participants. That's Harmony and that's Blind Bandits. And yeah, congrats to him for that. That's great. And Ritz Crackers is gonna have a chance to make it happen on week 8 for sure. I think he might be missing a match, or am I wrong? Oh, I'm wrong. Yeah, Oshawott is just amazing. All the matches get played in time. It's the only division that has been this consistent, and that's great to see. And then we got, as I told you, Anu, crazy win over Siroga, 5-0. And yeah, that so Anu is making the comeback. Like he's been thinking of that very late in the season. Oh, I just see he got thrashed by Shillon. Never mind. But anyway, on week 7 he did great against Siroga. 5-0 win. Crazy. Very nice win. Best win of the season by far. and that puts him. That was definitely necessary because his differential was terrible and his record was terrible. And I think now he's at 3-4 with like a salvageable differential. Like if he gets a solid win, he needs a solid win on week 8. He can't just like go 2-0 and be fine. He needs like 4-5-0, something like that at the very least to make playoffs, but it's definitely possible, and that's great given how his season went. And for Siroga, he's been the dominant force in the early season, like even more dominant than Harmony for like the first 3 or 4 weeks, if I remember correctly. And yeah, after his first loss, he got in a little bit of a slump, I would say. Took 3 losses along the way, this one being the most sizable one, I think. And yeah, now he's at a 4-3 record, still with a very solid differential, so he's at a very, very decent spot to make playoffs still. And I would be shocked to find out that he did not make it. Then we got JT facing off with Mr. Grimes, beloved Mr. Grimes, being the replacement for Bongo27, taking over the team at like 06 or 07, something crazy like that. Uh, and I think that's the only game he actually played. He lost 3-0 to JT with some meme sets. So yeah, I hope he at least had fun. JT is gonna be happy. He got the win in the honorable way. He did not take the free win, and now, got, to be honest, he just got the same result, but he would have gotten as a free win. But at least he earned it, and it has all been fair game. So yeah, that's great to see. And I think JT is also pretty likely to make playoffs at this point, but we shall look at the standings in a bit. And then we got Howell against Starvin Pick. And Howell, after his huge start to the season, I think he started the season with like a 3-game win streak, has been struggling a little bit in the late season. So his season has not taken a good trajectory as it went on. But yeah, I think still in the playoff mix, definitely. And Starvin Pick is another one of these guys that made a huge comeback. So he's been pretty much announcing it from the start. Like he told us, yeah, I take like 3 or 4 weeks to figure out how my team works, and then I'm doing well. And to be honest, I've heard that a million times. Most of the time, guys just take that as an excuse for just getting thrashed all season. But in his case, he really did struggle. Like he won week 1, but then he lost like 3 or 4 in a row, and now he's actually making the comeback, and that's crazy. So we know he will end up with a neutral record 4-4 plus minus 0, and yeah, we shall see. It's pretty much in the hands of the other guys whether or not that will be enough. I think I would be very surprised if it's not gonna be enough. Let me say that much. But he's probably gonna be like last seed or second to last seed in playoffs. But that doesn't matter, honestly. You make playoffs, the deck gets shuffled anew, and everyone can win the season. At this point, we have seen crazier things. Just look at last season. I think both Threats and Tusk Division have been won by the last playoff seed, if I'm correct. Like DTN has been last seed for sure, and I think even Galaria in Tusk Division has been the last seed. So yeah, everyone can definitely win it if they make playoffs. And then for the last match, we have Tails DK against Void in a very close match, and Void managed to get the win. Overall, I don't know why there is no replay there. Um, don't know what the matter is there, but Void has been doing amazing ever since they joined as a replacement, and yeah, that's just great to see. That's just the perfect result to make the playoff race even more dramatic. And this gives us these following standings. Just look at this. Rank 15, 3 and 4, minus 6. So that means 6-0 win would give the second to last place in the league, catapult him right into playoffs, and that's crazy. That's honestly crazy. So yeah, there's really no telling how this will end up. This is what I mean. This is Scepter Bird right now with the loss on week 8. This is crucial. He's behind Starvin Pick, which is great for Starvin Pick, but that's terrible for Scepter Bird. That pretty much means that yeah, he's at the mercy of the others. Like, if any of these guys lose big, they could still fall down behind Scepter Bird. Even Howl could do it, but any of these guys, if they win, pretty much, they are very likely to make it in front of Septobird. Yeah, and there's just no telling. I don't even know what will happen. We know that Flippers, Zeroga, with his Week 8 win over Septobird, is now clinched for playoffs. And also, no, it's not clinched for second seed, but likely to make second seed. I think these two guys, Jactus and Void, with a big win, could respectively still jump ahead of Zeroga. But yeah, for now he's the second seed. And yeah, we shall see how it goes. Like, these two guys are also pretty likely. Like, they need to get 6-0 in order to have any chance to get knocked out of playoffs. But yeah, we shall see. Even Shillon needs to lose big. But yeah, we shall see. Like, there's no telling how this will go, in my opinion. And that's the greatness of Oshawott League. I can't wait to find out how this is gonna go. And with that, we shall move over to the Wi-Fi side of things. And for Wi-Fi, we are gonna start with the Diamond Clan, as it is our premier Wi-Fi division. And yeah, as you can see, week 6, by the way, is the week we are having in Wi-Fi, as they are always 1 week behind. And yeah, all the matches have been pretty decisive this week, uh, because there are no replays. It looks a little bit like this have all been free wins, but I think there hasn't been a single forfeit win this week. So we got Spooks again doing amazing with Sudowoodo as the signature. I would have never thought, to be honest, because yeah, there are so many strong coaches in Diamond Clan, and it's really hard to do well with such a trash mon that you have to bring every week. Such a terrible mon. And he managed to win over Dashing Septiles, which is a really impressive win. So Dashing has pretty much lost motivation after his early losses and the meltdowns and everything. It seems like he has not been as motivated as he could be, but yeah, that definitely showed in the results as well. And Spooks managed to get a good win there. Then we got DTN with another big loss over Absolute there. And yeah, that's just honestly the trend of the season for DTN. It's just been all going downhill for him from the start pretty much. And Absolute, the other way around, has been doing amazing all season. So yeah, that's huge for him. Then we got a very nice match between Brett and what's it called? Shadow Galate now, not Shadow, no, Shadow Valiant now. I think is the name right now. I'm not even sure, but we all know him as Shadow Galate, our favorite YouTuber. And yeah, so that's a big win for Brett, because Shadow Galate is probably, I would have thought honestly, between Brett and Shadow Galate, because I didn't know Absolute that well, I would have thought one of these guys is probably going to be favorite to win it. And yeah, Brett managed to get out on top in this one, which is great. And then we got Scary against the, obviously he's pretty much been the shooting star this season in my opinion. Adam has been doing amazing all season. That's crazy to me. Like, Adam has been doing well ever since I got to know him in CPL, but he's been, I would say, a solid playoff contender, but like in the lower half of the playoff standings normally. From what I've seen, and this season he's just been running through the league like crazy. That's amazing to see, and this gives us the following standings that we see it. Adam 5-1 plus 9, very nice, very nice. As of now, Brett is the front runner actually, even with his week A7 loss that we have not covered yet, but he got swept by a carbink. Anyway, yeah, right now he's still in the lead because of his huge differential that he managed to get before this. But yeah, if Absolute wins his week 8, he's pretty much like more than likely to be the front runner and the number 1 seed in playoffs, which obviously would be huge, as you get to cross with the number 4 seed of Pearl Clan. And yeah, we shall see how that goes for him. And yeah, Adam also very solid. Still in theory, if he wins by a large margin on week 8, could overtake Absolute. But yeah, that's all in the stars. We don't know how that will go. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. These guys, so everyone below them is pretty much, yeah, is guaranteed to be out of playoffs. But one of these guys is going to make it because these guys are facing each other on week 8. So we got the Sudowoodoos, Spooks with the Sudowoodo signature, with the OG Trash signature chooser, Shadow Galade, who last season has been playing Volt Orb as a signature. The season before that he went with Camerupt, and this season he decided to pretty much. I think that this was like how do you say it in English? This was one too many. Like he took it over the top this season by picking the trashiest signature ever in Delphox. Like that's just nobody can do well with Delphox, and yeah, it definitely reflects a little bit in his standings. Like 3-3 plus 1. That's not like what we are used to from Shadow Glade, and that's just all down to him picking such a terrible signature, to be honest. So yeah, what can you do? But maybe he can still make it work. It's like on par, like Sudowoodo, Delphox. That's pretty much the same League of Mons in my opinion. So yeah, best of luck to both of the guys. May the best man win. It's gonna be interesting for sure. And yeah, that's it for the Diamond Clan. Moving on to the Pearl Clan, where I don't even know. I don't even want to see it. All right. Yeah, most of the matches have been done. I think Hynex has he gotten given the free win to Final Gambit Shedinja? I'm not even sure. Maybe they are still scheduled to play. But yeah, we got the man of the hour, and I love to talk about it. Biraru against the Firemaster MT, which is amazing. Firemaster has been doing so well this season. I love to see it. Look at this. 6-0 over the then unbeaten Eli. Incredible. Now 5-0. Before that, 4-0. Before that, 1-0. Never mind. Before that, where is he? 5-0. So yeah, amazing season by Firemaster. I love to see it. I think he's the runner now. Only one loss. We shall look at the standings in a bit, but I think so. And that's amazing to see. It's been coming for a long time. He's been in the league ever since season 4, and he's always been one of the fan favorites, I would say. Hasn't gotten a league win yet. Maybe this season. Maybe this season is the season. I think he's likely to win regular season at this point, and I would love to see it. Then we got Master Joful taking a loss over Moonabloom. Not a big deal. Master Joful's been doing well overall this season, and Moonabloom is the other juggernaut, I would say. Like there's pretty much a triple header in this division. It's been Firemaster, it's been Moonabloom, and it's been Eli. And Eli has been the best newcomer to the league, or one of the best newcomers to the league overall. This week also doing amazing with the 3-0 over Graf Pain. And yeah, so I think Graf Pain, Hynex, aka the Snow Guy, and Biraru are out of playoffs. I think Final Gambit Shedinja and Master Joful will be fighting for the last spot behind the big three, Firemaster, Moonabloom, and Eli, who are all clinched for playoffs. And this are the standings. Yeah, 4-5-1, three of the guys. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting with the seeds for this one. So it's all gonna be decided on the last week. So that's gonna be exciting to see who manages to come out on top there. I think yeah, Firemaster obviously in the best spot right now with this insane differential, plus 16. And yeah, Eli pretty much needs the other guys to slip up to have any chance to move up in the ranks, because this differential for such a record, 5-1 only plus 6. That's crazy. How's that? That's really very interesting differential to me. But yeah, there you go. And then, as I said, we have Final Gambit Shedinja and Master Joful fighting for the last spot. Final Gambit Shedinja even having one match in the back there. So yeah, we shall see how that goes. Yeah, and that's gonna be it for our 4 divisions that we have. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, we shall move on to the Mon and the match of the week. Alright, for our match of the week, which is gonna be what we're gonna do first, I'm just gonna really quickly show it. It's gonna be obviously Begun Thought Cricketer against Infinite R. Pretty much a top flight match in Typhlosion League, where it has been the first loss for Infinite in a really close match, really back and forth. A little bit of hacks involved, but not really, because it was 70-30 stuff most of the time. And yeah, that was just very close and very dramatic, and also the first loss of Infinite. And yeah, so I think as we have watched the replay earlier in this recording. I'm not gonna go through it again. You can go back to the Typhlosion section of this video to watch it. And yeah, that was, in my opinion, a very well-deserved match of the week for week 7. And for the Mon of the Week, this week we are gonna go back to Dartrix League, to the match between Jam and Delphin Squared. And the Mon of the Week is gonna be this little guy right here, or this little girl called Florches. And yeah, that's a really unusual Mon of the Week, but you will see why in a bit. And I'm gonna go through the replay and hope that this match has not been all that long. At this point it's pretty much even. We see some trick room shenanigans there. We got the rocks up for Jam, which is always a huge advantage. But yeah, not that much happens here for a bit. Delphin Squared even managed to take the lead at this point here, as Florges comes in. And yeah, so what happens now? In my opinion, I don't know if I've ever seen something like this from Florges. I mean, yeah, we all know it can do it, but it usually doesn't. And it starts coal mining. And there's a whole Celestial there. So what is Florges ever gonna do? But yeah, I mean, as you will see, first of all, the Celestial, for some godforsaken reason, is not heavy duty boots. And this does also not attack the Florges for some reason. But Florges also packs Psychic. It is a Calm Mind sweeping set. Straight up, and yeah, this is amazingly effective against this team. Like, yeah, the Steelix obviously would stop it in its tracks, but other than that, after the Calm Mind is up, there's not really a way to deal with it anymore. And yeah, as you guys can see, it is on its way to just clean sweep the entire team, which is exactly what it's gonna do. Like, the last 2 months just get outsped by it, and by the way, also can't really touch it anyway. And yeah, Florges is just gonna go straight through the entire team. Yeah, never seen a sweep like this from Florges. I've seen it use Calm Mind. I've seen it get a couple of kills with it, like, but not sweeping through a entire team clean. So that's amazing, and that's gonna be our Mon of the Week, obviously, for this week, week 7. Florges, amazing sweep. Congrats, Jam, for another great performance there with another huge win. And yeah, this concludes our recap for week 7. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, that means that I can only wish all of you guys who are still competing for a playoff spot good luck in week 8. And we will see us in the next week.